Hello my darlings and welcome back to my channel and to another video. So as you can see from the title, we're doing Marshmallow today, and honestly this is one of my favorite notes. It's sweet, like very sweet, but it has some nice touch to it that you know it is marshmallow. In Poland, where I come from, marshmallows are not that popular. Of course we have them, but we do not really eat them roasted, you know, we don't really have that tradition. So yeah, I love marshmallows, but I mainly experience the scent from the fragrances, and I'm gonna start with the two that I do not have with me at the moment. They're in South Africa, and the first one is Dolce Gabbana Perfume Eau de Parfum and Dolce Gabbana Perfume Intense. So let's start with the EDP. So this one is a raspberry marshmallow, a little bit of heliotrope kind of cake. There's a little bit of sandalwood in the dry down, but you mainly get a beautiful vanilla, powdery, raspberry marshmallow dessert. It's very much on the gourmand side, but a very sophisticated gourmand, I shall say. It's not too immature, it's not too girly. I think any age can pull this off. Even if you don't like too sweet fragrances, this one is gonna be great, because whenever I wear it, I do not feel overdone, too sweet. It's just perfect. I would say this one is not too bad on lasting power, but it is not the best on sillage. It's more close to the skin. So I would totally wear it for, you know, like Netflix and chill kind of thing, cuddling at home, being at home in general, or just running errands. To me, this one is perfect version of this fragrance when it comes to spring and summertime. And now we can move on to the intense version, which honestly is not much different. The main difference is that they got rid of the raspberry, so you don't have that fruity sourness in it. It's definitely way sweeter, more dense, and definitely more sandalwoody. So the sandalwood is amped up to the max in this, with that sweet marshmallow note. Is absolutely beautiful. When it comes to one or the other, I personally prefer the intense one, even though I still find the original absolutely beautiful. But if you are struggling between the two, I would say go for the intense one. They're both beautiful, but yeah, go for the intense one. I think it's a little bit better when it comes to the projection. The longevity is pretty much the same, but the projection is better in the intense version. So that's that. The next one I have, come here to mommy, where are you, this little being? Okay, the next one I have is by Franck Boclet, and it is called Sugar. So let me actually spray it. So this one is a little bit powdery. It kind of reminds me of Ballerina No. 1 from Le Parfum de Rosine. So if you know that fragrance, this one gives quite of the same vibe, but it's definitely more on the marshmallow side. I really enjoy it. The longevity is really nice. It is sweet, but not too sweet. It has some sour aspect to it, at least on my skin. I think it's definitely a very interesting take on marshmallow. Yeah, I really love it. It's interesting. It's just interesting. It's not like your, you know, juvenile, pretty sweet scent. It's still sweet, but it's not like any other. This one is more unique. So if you are in the market for a niche marshmallow, I would totally go for Franck Boclet Sugar. The longevity, as I said, very nice, and moderate to maybe even stronger projection, but I would stay with moderate because I don't quote me on that, you know, but it's definitely a moderate one. Yeah, it's just really pretty. I think there's some tea or something in here, but I might be wrong. I'll put the notes on the display as usual. So that's Franck Boclet Sugar. Now we can move on to very girly marshmallow fragrances, and these are of course by Ariana Grande, and I'm gonna talk about three. With me I have Ari and Sweet Like Candy, but there's also Moonlight that I did purchase but cannot find it. Probably my mother stole it. So let's start with the first one, which is Ari. To me, it is very flirty marshmallow. It's girly, flirty. There's a little bit of Lily of the Valley in here. There's a caramelly touch to it. So it's just really, really pretty. I think if you are a bit younger, you're gonna love this, but even if you're way older, you might still really like it. This is quite inoffensive, but very nicely done in my opinion. Even though it's a celebrity fragrance, I think they are just so pretty, and I do love the bottles. If you want to check out my full-on Ariana Grande roundup, I'll leave the link right here for you. So yeah, this is airy, definitely marshmallow prominent, but it's like a mixture between fruity florals with quite an accent on florals. So I really like this one. This is, when it comes to Ariana fragrances, more of a date fragrance. And then we have Sweet Like Candy. So this one is more of a summertime one. It's sour from the fruits, and again that marshmallow. So the heaviest note in here is marshmallow, so you can expect it to be quite a light fragrance. The longevity on this one is not the best, but again I refer to my Ariana Grande video because I speak in depth about them. And yeah, Sweet Like Candy I really do enjoy. Again, it's not as flirty. I think Ari is more sexy than Sweet Like Candy. This one is even more girly and more playful, you know? It's even good to wear to the gym because of that sour note to it. Yeah, it's just more refreshing in my opinion. A little bit more refreshing. Still very sweet, but a little bit lifted up, you know? So that's Sweet Like Candy, and the last one I want to talk about is of course Moonlight. And when it comes to the note structure, that one is actually my favorite because it's a little bit more mature, a little bit more powdery. Unfortunately, the lasting power is not really there, but I really, really enjoy it. This is my ultimate bedtime fragrance. And apparently, now that I'm thinking, my mom might have taken it, so she definitely enjoys it. Actually, for some reason, my mom, who is 56 now, I think 56, 55, oh my god, I don't know, but I think around that, she actually really enjoys Ariana Grande fragrances. So clearly there is no age restrictions when it comes to these fragrances. They're just so nice and sweet and inoffensive and so easy to wear, you know? They're not gonna overpower you, but you're still gonna smell very put together, sweet, girly, feminine. So I really like them. And yeah, Moonlight is a little bit more mature. I really love the note structure, and that marshmallow really, really shines in that fragrance. So it's not as fruity or, you know, floral fruity like the other ones. This one is mainly focused on the sweet marshmallow note with some powderiness. So I really enjoy that one. Okay, next one I have for you is by Reminiscence, and that is Guimauve. So this one is definitely a different take on marshmallow. This to me is definitely on the powdery side, definitely on the powdery side. It kind of smells a little bit old school, like slightly old school, with a very contemporary touch, but still I get a little bit of old school in this fragrance. So this one has orange blossom, marshmallow, tonka, but also it has some herbal notes to it, like mint. So you get that herbally fragrance in the very beginning, and then immediately it goes to a powdery marshmallow fragrance, and when it dries down you mainly get tonka and marshmallow. So it's a very pretty scent. It's not the one that I use every day, but if you love marshmallow you might consider getting this into your stack, because it's really, really nice and definitely a unique one. You know, it's unlike any other because this scent profile is not really used nowadays. So yeah, if you like that marshmallow with a little bit of a green, slightly herbal kick, check this one out. It's really nice, and the longevity is not that bad. I get around 6 hours from this. So check this one out, and the bottle is really, really stunning. I really like the bottle of this. Okay, what do we have next? Only 3 perfumes to go, so I am having my fingers crossed that this is gonna be a shorter video for you this time. So next one is Kilian Princess, and this one is definitely, when it comes to the scent profile, my favorite marshmallow from all the ones that I've showed you so far. This one is just beautiful. It has tea, it has ginger, so you know it's quite refreshing in the very beginning, and then the marshmallow scent to it is so absolutely beautiful. It's just gorgeous. This is the fragrance I was looking for my whole life, basically, really. This is the scent that I was craving for so long in my life, and I could never find something that smells like this. And Princess really just envelopes my heart and is just so beautiful. To me, it is very sweet, but it has those fresher notes, so it makes it not as cloying. To me, it's also perfect all year round, because you know, you get that balance between sweet and fresher, and that tea here is beautiful, I can promise you that. The longevity is nice, it's around 7 hours. The sillage projection is quite moderate, so it's not the one that will project very strong. However, I usually get compliments when I wear that, so people might actually smell it even when I don't smell it. So that's very interesting, but I love it so much that I have 2 bottles of it. And yeah, you have to check it out, because I think these bottles are getting discontinued. I'm not too sure, because they're still online available, but yeah, it's just so nice. Just get it. Everything will be linked below for you guys. So that's Princess by Kilian. And I only have 2 fragrances left, so let's go with another Kilian. And of course it had to be here because it's like the ultimate marshmallow gourmand fragrance, and that is Love Don't Be Shy by Kilian, of course. This is the newer reformulated version, and this one is basically orange blossom, honeysuckle, marshmallow goodness. It smells kind of caramelly as well. It's just very sweet and dense, but you still get that beautiful touch of florals. It's a little bit Middle Eastern in my opinion, but not too much. You get no harsh notes in here, but it's indeed very sweet. So I know not everyone loves this, but I definitely am in the love club. So this is definitely a scent that I would call my signature, because I've been wearing it to death all year round. It's again perfect all year round fragrance for me, and I used so much of it. I don't know if you can see, but it's really coming to the end. Fortunately, I do have a backup of it. I love Love Don't Be Shy. I've been raving about this since I got it, and this is unlike any other. I mean, brands now come up with things that are similar to this, but you know, this one was really the first that was so unique and so yummy and so delicious, and everybody will still ask you what you're wearing and will tell you that you smell divine. Also, I know this is a massive man magnet. The longevity on me is very good. I get 7 to 8 hours. The projection is moderate, but if I really overspray, it's definitely on the strong side. So I don't really have problems when it comes to that with Love Don't Be Shy, but I know the previous version was much better. So that's a massive bummer, but what can we do? I love this one. It's so pretty, the bottle is gorgeous. I really hope they would come in 100 ml as well, not only 50 and 250, because you know, you cannot really carry the carafe with you, and 50 ml is not really enough, is it? But it's beautiful, just beautiful. It's like a honeyed marshmallow with some orange blossom to it. Beautiful fragrance. And last but definitely not least, my newest love, it is Sintra by Memo Paris, and this is such a gorgeous scent. Very similar to Love Don't Be Shy, but this one is definitely on a greener side. It's a little bit sharper in the beginning. It's not as sweet, and it's also a little bit more milky. So very interesting. There's sugar to it apart from marshmallow. So, you know, it's definitely still very, very sweet, definitely a gourmand, but you get a petit grain note in the top, so it is quite green and zesty and refreshing. So I would say if Love Don't Be Shy is too much for you in the summertime, try Sintra, because I think it's going to be more hot weather appropriate because of that refreshing top notes. And I have the full-on review of these on my channel, so I will also link it for you. So check it out. I go very much in depth when it comes to these fragrances. So you will find out way more about them in that video. So I'll see you there. But yeah, to me, Sintra is my absolute love. I can't say that I would choose one or the other because I personally absolutely love the Dry Down of Love because it's just so sweet, and I love dense sweet fragrances in general. But if that sticky sweetness is too much for you, this one might be a perfect option. So yeah, I love them both though. They also work perfectly when mixed together. Also, I love mixing Princess with Ari. They also work very beautifully together and they really amp up each other's longevity. So if you have them both, try them together because it's a very nice combination. Alright guys, I think that's it. To be completely honest, there is not that many Marshmallow fragrances on the market. When I was doing my research, I thought there would be so much more. But from what is available to me and to my knowledge, these are the main ones really. Check out Franck Boclet because this is definitely on a unique side. If you want something a little bit more vintage, I would go with Guimauve. If you want something super girly, any Ariana Grande fragrance would be amazing. And if you want my ultimate favorites, these two are my ultimate favorites. So yes, that's that. I personally love Marshmallow. If you have any other Marshmallow suggestions, please let me know. I would love to know if there is anything that I haven't checked out. And other than that, that's it guys. Thank you so much for watching. I love you and see you in my next video. Bye!